What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flippity Flipped. Today, I was wondering, should I go to the Goodwill store or should I go to the bins? Now, which one do you think won out? I do have a favorite after all. If you guessed the bins, you are correct. Let's get in there and see what kind of treasure we can find today for $1 or $2 an item. But before I hit the bins, had to make a quick stop. Can you see it through my rear window there? Needed a little sustenance, quick hot dog, drink. Okay, one more little detour. I promise I'm not trying to mess with you, but because I stopped at Costco, I took a little bit of a different route to get to the bins, and on the way is this here. It's called the More Store by Wins. Wins is a thrift store you've seen me visit. It's called Women in Need Society, and this is like a bin sort of a store, except every single thing is $1. So we're just gonna do a quick pop in, see if we happen to find anything. So it's pretty small, as you can see. This is the whole thing. We're gonna start here in the corner. We have a bin of linens, not even gonna look. Pillows, then we have toys. Don't think I'll look except maybe this little guy. What is he? He's just a little rattle. And here you can see the pricing. So the more you buy, the more you save. $1 each, up to 100 items, and then it gets cheaper after that. Small little housewares section. Some mugs, glasses. We have books, actually quite a bit of books. A few shelves. So $1 for a book, that's pretty good. Then we have, looks like DVDs, some travel books. It's even pretty well organized. A little bit of home decor. Look at this. Someone made this. J. Stacy. I don't know what that is. Some sort of craft. I want to see the back. Looks like professionally framed. Got a couple mirrors, frames. Let's see, more paperback books. And then over here is where we got the bins. Bins of clothing. I'm gonna go look for shoes or purses. And you can see we've got hats along the top. And then shoes. Men's, women's. Don't see too many kids. As well as a couple of bins of shoes. There are a couple of bins with purses and bags, and I saw this in the corner, so I'm going to check it out. I'll show you up on the screen what these cost retail. All right, I'm digging my way to the bottom of this bin, and then I'm going to go through it and stack it back up. I'll let you know what I find. Well, I was in there for maybe 20 minutes or so, and here's what I came out with. I spent $7. You can do the math. That means I got 7 items. The first being this carry-on. Now, it does have an issue. We're going to do a little trunk haul here. It has an issue with this handle, but I looked inside, unzipped the liner, and there are screws. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can fix it, because, you know, for $1, it's kind of worth it, right, to see. You can see it's quite nice inside. It's got everything working. Then, let's see what else I got. This is called Vanda, and it is some kind of like very sturdy, big straps backpack, and there was a pretty good sell-through rate, some good comps, so definitely worth $1. It feels very thick. Well, I guess it's like a laptop bag, so it's got lining in there. Then I got this very unassuming little Samsonite money belt. Decent sell-through on those as well. This is, I would say, vintage. It's like a straw raffia, what is that called? With this sort of bamboo buckle. I forget what you call these, like pull-through type of closures. And it is by Jacob Collection, so I'm thinking vintage. And I've heard that everything bamboo is going to be in for this season, so it's got a floral lining on it. So I thought, you know, for $1, why not? All right, these, never heard of these, but you know me. I always like to look up anything that could potentially be interesting. See if I can get this elastic off with one hand. So does anybody know what these are? I did look them up, so I do know, but I'm testing you to see if you know what they are. So it's a pair, obviously. They are called half chaps. So if you're in the equestrian circles, you would probably already know that. I guess you put this under your boot and then you can zip this up to, you know, approximately your knee or so. So for $1, there was a bunch of those sold as well. It doesn't have a brand on it, but we'll see. Whoops, sorry, hit the camera there. Inside here, we've got 2 little wallets. This one is men's, and it is Tahari, genuine leather. Just sort of your basic billfold. Figured that was nice. Decent sort of mall brand. I think I've seen Tahari a lot of times at Macy's. And then this is very thick, very well made. You can see these snaps, ID pocket, thick zipper, and it is from a brand called, where was it? Tano. So I'm not sure, but the leather was just so nice and thick, really well made that just had to get it for $1. And I got a belt for myself. And then we have, finally, my last item here. Get into it. You do know I love handbags, so here we go. This is Maurizio Tauti. Not sure exactly how you say that. Genuine leather made in Italy. So kind of a, I guess you would call this what, like snakeskin? And it's like, you know, top handles, but I think you would really typically fold it over and use the strap. So I thought that was kind of cool. Again, for $1, made in Italy, genuine leather. Yes, please. Now I promise you, next step, the bins. Thought I'd give you the full-on experience of the drive, and you can see that we are in a very industrial type area. I don't know if that's a cement plant over there or what that is. Oh, Trimac, it's a fuel depot. Big fuel trucks. So you can see lots of commercial and industrial businesses right by as I turn in the bins. We made it. Let's do a quick tour of the furniture section. First, you can see here, well, let me show you the whole place first. Pretty busy here on a Saturday afternoon. You can see we've got upholstered couches and chairs. And some, basically I think, end tables. This one looks like a desk. And what have we here? That, other than this unfortunate bad damage in the veneer, looks like a pretty cool table. I'm gonna look underneath. What do you think? Did somebody hand make this? That looks like just plywood underneath, but then look at these legs. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna get it, but pretty cool piece. Looks like an entry bench, or a bench you put at the end of your bed if you have room. More tables. A few lamps. This one's kind of neat. Very lightweight. Definitely vintage. Look at those chunky handles. And oh, even a like crystal type lamp. I have some like this that I got from Costco a number of years ago. And oh, look at this. An old roll top desk for $30. Wow, if you were a refinisher and had the right decor for that. Then we've got dining tables, a few more lamps, some vintage stools that someone has recovered. And they even have their little rubber feet. I think lots of times they lose those. And then the chair section. Lots of chairs always. An older dresser. This is a nice hutch. And another nice hutch with a mirror in front. Again, older. Oh, is that the same chunky handle we saw a minute ago? It may well be. Part of the same set. Nice mirror. looks like an IKEA bookshelf that you put those cubes in to be organized. Let's see how much they want. $10. A little damage, but you know what? For organization, wow, that's a good price. Then we have an armoire, $35. Lots of room for clothing storage, or is this like a men's tall boy kind of dresser? I'm not even sure. Can't get that open, we won't even try. And a mirror that does not go with that. Another mirror, looks like a window. Another mirror, what's it? Does nobody want mirrors on their dressers anymore? Is that out? Am I living in the past? You let me know. Not too much luggage. Is everybody traveling or what? A bit more there. And then, ooh, something in styrofoam. Oh, a sink. Look at that. I won't unwrap it, of course, but it's a porcelain sink. Quite a large one. Got ourselves some office chairs and regular chairs. And then this is the very small couple of shelves I've showed you before. Breakables that do not go by weight, so these are individually priced. For example, $5, $5.50, a little bit less than the thrift store where they originally came from, unsold, but not as cheap as the pound price unless they're, of course, super heavy. And then we have this whole bulky section, so floor lamp, some kids' toys. Look at the pet carriers. I was looking at this shelving unit. It's so loud. Music, I gotta talk. I was looking at the shelving unit because it looks quite nice, but then when I looked closer, it looks like a little bit rusty. So even for $7, I don't think so. Do we need a wagon or a classroom or a little play kitchen? I don't think so. But I do have my eye on this little unit of drawers. I was thinking this would be really useful to put all my different size poly mailers and Ziploc bags and things like that. So for, what do we got here? $8? I'm thinking that might be a keeper. And look, if you needed a wheelchair, you can get one right here for $20. All right, that's enough with all this random stuff. Let's get into the actual bins. All right, I am taking note of the time so I can tell you at the end of this little mission how long we actually spent in here, so you can put that in context of what we ended up walking away with. I don't think I'm gonna get anything, but I thought I'd give you a little art gallery tour here. This is one of these, they move kind of things. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Let's see what else we have. This looks like an original Mo Riley, 2008, I think. That's kind of nice. I just said I'm not going to pick anything up. Am I? It's on board. I don't think so. I do not want to get into storing and shipping art unless it's something super duper fantastic. We've got the typical wall worlds. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. That is a lovely little one, isn't it? Oh boy, this is words to live by that I don't, because I tend to overcomplicate and be a perfectionist.
Yeah,
I've got, oh, this is like a little case of some kind. What would a person store in here? What goes in? Oh, probably watches, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A watch case. You know, that's kind of cool. I pick that up for myself for all the watches I never wear because I always wear my Apple Watch. Could it be bags? My favorite kind of bin. Let's get in, check it out. All right, keeping it real. I dug through that one bin for 25 minutes, and here's what I pulled out. Oh my. So we're gonna go through it and see what we will keep. Okay, reporting back. We'll get to this in a minute. I'm gonna weigh this watch case to see if I'm really gonna keep it. Here's what I'm not keeping. This is like a windbreaker jacket, and it is black with no K, label, 2X. It's in nice shape. It's like this sort of sage mint green color. Good size, 2XL. However, this label, this brand, black label, is like Y2K, vintage, more like punk goth. And this little minty, preppy almost coat does not really fit the vibe of all the other stuff I was seeing. Now it looks legit, and I'm like, is this really a brand that would be faked? You can see it says gunmetal, and then it's got like these symbols which are consistent with the brand. But in any case, I think, you know, it's not a huge money one, and I don't want to take that risk. So then I saw this, and I thought, oh, what's this? It says Terra Gear. Maybe that's something. And then I realized it's just like a little picnic cooler thing. So no. This little cute hat here, it's really cute. It's called Flippies. Of course, I love it because of my name being Flippity Flipped, but none sold, so we shall leave that. These two I was a little on the fence about. This is NYPD. It appears to be the official NYPD hat, but I'm just not sure, and I can't find exact online. There's a lot for sale. I had thought maybe I would combine it with this one, which is kind of like a subway thing from New York, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna pass. Then we've got this, which is a cosmetic brush case from Soho, New York. I have some other cosmetic bags by them, so we are going to probably put that with another one. This is just a purple organizer bin. It's from the brand Urban Barn, which is like a high-end home store here. And my sister loves purple, so I'm thinking she might like that in her closet for her socks or something like that. The girl's always got cold feet, so she needs lots of socks. Now this one kind of looks like the other one a little bit. However, I did not find any listed. It's called Flapjack Kids, but watch this. Ta-da! Now it's a raccoon, so it's actually a reversible hat. And I thought, oh, come on, just for the cute factor and the fact it barely weighs anything, that's coming along. This is an interesting one. This is a pair of rain pants, vintage K-Way. These sell for about 30 bucks. Not a lot listed, but there's 2 listed, 2 sold, so, and they weigh nothing, so we're gonna take that. Moving over to the cart, a pair of safety glasses for personal use. You can never be too good with having lots of safety glasses. This is made in Nepal. I think I pulled out the tag from inside. So it's 100% wool, handmade in Nepal. I thought, oh, that's for sure gonna sell with all the snowboarders and skiers we have here. This is a very nice leather belt. Look at this, like nice quality leather, all the studs on there, and I checked, they're all there. Someone cut the tag off, but you know what? I've actually done well selling belts, even unbranded belts, when they've got style, as long as I don't price them too high. So I think that we're gonna take that one. We'll just have to measure it since there's no size tag. For whatever reason, I'm a little bit obsessed with these Aqua de Parma cosmetic bags. Air Canada gives them away, and this one actually has unopened the product inside. So this is what you get, again, in business class on Air Canada on an overnight flight. And this one has hand cream and lip balm unopened in this little box, along with unused, I'll probably get rid of that sleep mask, but anywho, I have yellow ones like this. I'm gonna combine, again, I already sold a couple of those cosmetic bags. This here is a fairly heavy messenger bag, but I will throw up a comp. One just like it sold for used, I think $80 or something. So that's a yes, please. And let's talk about this. Okay, this does definitely not fall in the zone of small items. It is a Founders Club padded travel airline golf bag. I looked it up, and retail, they're, I think, like $200. And I think even on eBay, used, they go for 100 or better. I'm thinking possibly Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I live in Calgary, which is the super cold place in the winter, and lots of people go south to play golf. So I'm thinking somebody will want this. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but I'm gonna get it weighed to see how much it costs, and then I will report back on my final decision. Okay, final verdict on this travel airline golf bag is a yes. It weighs 7 pounds, so that makes it around, at $1.75 a pound, I'm gonna say like $12 to $13. So if I can get 100, yep. This is Billy Bag London, and from what I understand, it is a brand that doesn't exist anymore, and very nice leather. So I don't see a ton of sold, but I'm actually thinking I might keep this little cutie for myself, because I mean, who doesn't love a hot pink wallet? This is I think it's the same camera case I just got for Nathan. This one is missing the shoulder strap. However, I have a camera bag. I was honestly a little bit jealous that he chose that one, because I kind of like this one for myself possibly. So I'm thinking I can take the camera strap from my own camera bag and swap it out with this bag. That is the plan. Then I found, this watch case is 1 pound. So $1.75. So yes, that's gonna help with organization. New item, while I was waiting in line to weigh those couple of items, there was a bag bin. So I quickly went through one of them and found this MEC, which used to be called Mountain Equipment Co-op and now is Mountain Equipment Company, after I don't know if it was bankruptcy, rebrand, whatever. Anyway, it's a very small but very nice little backpack. So it's got the chest strap. Let me just make sure that is actually, yes, it is working. You can see that goes across here. Adjustable and everything, and it actually cinches closed on the inside. The only flaw that I can see is this little tear right here in the mesh sort of water bottle side pocket. There's another one on this side. Anyway, not everybody has a Mountain Equipment Co-op, or MEC, I should say, near them. So this is even a popular item here in Canada. So I'm gonna get that. This is just a little tool pouch, and I find these so handy in my garage. I have a few already, but I'm gonna get another one. I actually keep things, safety stuff in the trunk of my car with one of these as well. So, you know, for all it weighs, it's a good quality bag. And then I found this, and I thought, I think it's a sign. I have to get it. Do you know what this is? This is a little hot plate grabber thing, but I have one in green. You see what it says? Aloha. And the reason this is hitting home with me today is, today's Saturday. Last night, Friday, I made the impulsive spur-of-the-moment decision to go to Hawaii on Monday. Yes, in like 72 hours from when I booked the ticket. So I'm gonna go for 6 days, and I will be bringing you along and doing some thrifting in Hawaii. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what order all these videos are gonna come out in, but you'll be getting some Hawaii thrifting content coming soon. All right, I was gonna take you on another tour of another art bin, but I got distracted by this. New in the package, IKEA Olabi, like a ceiling light. Comes with bulbs and everything. I don't need it, and it only sells for, it looks like $20 or something, so I'm gonna leave that behind. But now let's take a step back. Look at this humongous picture from London. It's like framed, so that would weigh a ton. And here we have looks like, was this supposed to be a mirror? Hand painted on wood by Trickle Trunk. Okay, so somebody actually did that painted frame. And underneath London, wow, look what we've got. We have an upside down owl. He's nice. Snowy, is that a snowy owl? We've got looks like a impressionist, is that Renoir? Can I see? I can't tell. Like a Parisian scene. You've got a Van Gogh Starry Night over there. That looks like a vintage placemat. there. A little bit of everything. Uh-oh, what do I see over there? Some bare bottoms. Cute. And this is a very faded picture of some cows. Interesting. Oh, this is interesting. This is Kenneth Kirkby. We've got something about the artist on the back. Born in London, Spain, Portugal. Wow, this is interesting. This is Inuit grandmother of Nunavut in traditional dress. This is really interesting. Made in Canada. Might look this up. Let's see if this is anything related. No. This is another artist piece though. Liz Mitchen Ryan. Oh, we do have something about the artist here. Let's see what we have. Native of Vancouver. You know what? I'll look up these artist names. Is that actually signed? What does that say? Or is that just somebody gifting it to someone? Oh, from somebody. Okay, we're going to look those up. Okay, well, neither of these is a hit or a big seller or an unknown gem or something on eBay. So I'll just let us enjoy that and appreciate it. There are a few of hers listed. This is Liz Mitchen Ryan. Only one sold. I'll throw up that comp. And then I just thought you would think that this was cute because check it out on the back. Shipped February 3rd, 1987. That's some little vintage there. All right, continuing on with our art tour, we have this little girl. This has a made in Canada little sticker on it. And let me see what this says. This Iris Gisle, oh my, how do you say that? Distant Thoughts. Tarlana Fine Art Productions in Calgary, Alberta. That's interesting. So she's kind of cute, isn't she? Deep in thought. I don't see a signature down there. Can I move that out of the way? Nope, just some candies. So we'll leave her. And what else? Lily White summer exhibit. We've got some sort of geometric thing here. Interesting. This looks like someone's project. That's done by someone. Oh, who do we have here? Beauty. Asian. Very nice. Sorry, just had somebody reaching in there, grabbing what they wanted. This looks like Newfoundland or certainly somewhere in Maritimes. Don't know that signature. L. Nichols, maybe? No info on the back, and you can see just sort of a cheaper print stapled. Really nice though. I love that scenery. Looks like when I went to Maritimes this summer and Newfoundland last year. This is an interesting, I guess, mirror. 2 round circles and one that is a mirror. Oh, it is, of course, IKEA. Here in the bins, still in the package. I guess somebody changed their mind on their decor scheme. This is that looks like a backgammon board. Wonder if that's what it is. You can see a big mirror there on the bottom. And we've got the Tube, the London Underground. Have you ever ridden on here before? Let me know below if you've been to London and if you've ever ridden on this thing. It is quite something. And I'm gonna go around and see what do we have over here. Looks like somebody's photograph. Ooh. I just told you I'm going to Hawaii. Does that look tropical? Looks beautiful to me. And it is Hawaii. This is Kauai, but I'll be going to Maui. However, that is very nice. I have been to Kauai as well. There's another Gorgeous piece of paradise. Laundry. From Hawaii to laundry. And then what is this thing? Gas turbine engine. Now, was this in someone's office, or is somebody really into engines? Maybe it's some sort of a corporate thing or something. I don't know. Now, I'm curious, what are these things covered in plastic here? Are they more of our little girl or related? I think related. Oh, look at that hair. And that face. She does not look entirely happy. This is Pick of the Litter. Same art place. And this one. That's that Raggedy Ann. No, what is that called? Cabbage Patch? Same again, I'm guessing. These are all here at the same time. Anyway, and then one more. Oh, another gorgeous beach scene. I gotta pull it out just to take a look. Oh, beautiful. I guess I'll be there in a couple days. Nothing on the back of that one. Anyway, so ends our little art tour. Hope you enjoyed that. Alright guys, this is a fresh bin. Nobody's even touched it yet. And we can't touch it yet. Do you see anything good? Alright, 3 minutes have gone by and the fury has settled down. I'll show you what I picked out. This is a navy travel-on bag. Sometimes these lock. Like this one, oh, this one I think clips onto here. So they're like a security travel bag. This is that locking compartment. You can see this top zipper here locks as well. You just clip that on. So I don't think they go for a ton, but I'm going to pick it up since we're here at the bins. Reusable shopping bag. I love them. Don't ask me why. Just because that holds up so small in your purse. I need to look this up. Let me take this away. This looks like a vintage Pilsner snapback cap. So I'm going to look into it and see if it's anything. So I'm not getting this backpack because it's not exactly what I'm looking for, but someone picked it right up and I'm glad they got to have it. So that Mickey backpack might bring 20 bucks. Same story for this one, Super Mario's. I'll throw up a comp. Not high enough to justify me picking it up. Although, isn't it cute? Look at all those characters. But this one, here's where the money is, and nobody picked it up. I actually lined up for one of the new bins, which I rarely do. And they're all scrambling, picking this and that, and I am just usually stand back. And after they were done, I look, and what did they leave behind? This little beauty. Now, is it dirty? You betcha. But I'm going to just soak it in some Oxy. I'll make sure the zippers work. And I'll throw up a comp. And you'll see why I was like, you guys don't know what you're missing. I'll buy this one all day, every day. And final word on the Pilsner hat. This exact one is not sold, but I'm not actually finding a lot like this. This trucker style cap, snapback. So I see one that had some specific Lethbridge blah, 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 which is a town near here, on it that sold for like 30 bucks. So I'm thinking even if I can get like 20 bucks or something for this, let's do it. It weighs nothing. Okay, I finished going through this 3 lineup of bins of bags. And here's what else I came up with. So this is Luxja. I'm not sure how you say that. And I was like, what is this? It's got this top zippered compartment and then all of this, and I could not figure out what it was. And it turns out, I think, at least based on the comp, looks like it's for like essential oils, so you can carry everything in here. I was trying to think if I had a good use for this, like even for my inventory. Like, do I have any little small breakables? But I couldn't come up with anything, so we're gonna leave it behind. The one that sold was under 20 bucks. Now this here belt is, as you can see, Lee, and it's a really solid, I don't know if it's brass, but it's got some sort of writing. I think it says Century. Leather belt, tooled leather belt, so nice Western theme. It's a little bit dirty, but I'm gonna attempt to see if I can clean that leather up with just a bit of leather cleaner. And I think other than that, it could do really well. Inexpensive little item. And here we get into the big guns. I have to test zippers on here, but this is a Burton backpack. It's made in Vietnam. I will show you some comps for this. And as long as all the zippers work, we will be picking this up for sure. This is a big canvas under bed storage, soft like bin. So I thought this would be excellent for personal use. I have a really high sleigh bed personally in one of the bedrooms, and this would be really nice to store extra linens underneath. Now this here, let me get the brand for you, is Flambeau Outdoors, and it is a tackle box, so lots of compartments. I guess even on the top here there's a zipper compartment. Very heavy duty. You can see it's a soft-sided case, but usually with these types of tackle boxes they have plastic little inserts that you can put with all your lures and fishing paraphernalia. And you can see this guy has a hard rubber bottom, so that makes it waterproof up to whatever that is, 1.5 inches or so. When you're on the river bank or in the boat and the water is sloshing around on the ground. So it does not sell for a ton of money, but I have a lot of people in my family who enjoy fishing, so I'm going to get this possibly for a Christmas gift for my brother-in-law. He doesn't watch my videos to my knowledge, so we aren't spoiling any surprises. But the winner of the day is potentially this one right here, Lipo Paris. Minimalist, and I thought, oh, look at that. It looks like something nicely made, very, sleek, minimal style. Which would you expect any less from Paris? So I looked it up, and again, I will check all the zippers here. But assuming everything is in good working order, this thing is possibly one of the finds of the day, and it was left behind by everyone else. So into my cart it goes. So I just went through my cart and I'm at 27, possibly 28 items, because I cannot remember if I counted the golf bag or not. So we're just gonna take a quick browse here through this toy, just because it's fun. I don't really buy a lot of toys, but I like to look at them. It's a very cute little bulldozer. Look at that. Battery operated something or other. Oh man. Look at this thing. I think I know a nephew who would probably like something like that. And of course we've got ourselves a minion. Look at this book. The world's biggest book ever. Richard Scarry. Ah.
TV show too.
And I'm gonna have to get this. I had this when I was a kid, and that's more than a few years ago. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
That must be pretty recent.
Do you guys know Richard Scarry? It is, oh my goodness, this is bringing back memories. Loved, loved, loved. Not this big book, but a book of Richard Scarry things as a kid. This is awesome. I am getting it. All right, before we wrap up here today, let's go through this miscellaneous bin and just see what we've got. Because you know there's going to be everything. Here we have a patio umbrella, a bathtub safety rail. That looks like it had a toilet brush in it. Ew. Some crutches. What is that? Some Hot Wheels track? Something? Twister. Empty. Oh boy, a little bit of everything. Some stuffed animals, slide scanning box. Archive your slides. I don't think that's what that is. I think that's just a regular old slide tray. Looks like a mug tree. Ooh, this virtual reality. Is this one of these 3D things that you're supposed to stare at and see something else? I think so. I'm not in the mood to try that today. I don't know, after seeing all the stuff I've seen here today, not sure if I could even see it. Wow, this guy's huge. Well, he's a whale after all, or shark, I should say. I think we want that. Jamaica. Another little stuffy. Ooh, this looks like, is this a tent or something? I don't know, I think it's got a tarp on it. Oh, owl. Is that a tie? Yes, it is. Don't think we want him, but oh, little butterfly net. Cute. More slide stuff. Somebody obviously had a lot of slides. Oh, cute bunny. Partial to bunnies since we have them all around my house. In the middle of it all, we've got a hoodie. Alberta. Western themed. And a broom. Really? Who's going to? Oh, but in case you want to make, I think this is, to make sliders, like a little hamburger press. Okay. Got some, looks like a squishmallow over there. Some of those tiles you can put down on the floor for playing. Who's this guy? Is he a rodent? I think so. And then, oh, what is this? Is this upside down? Let's see. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Paul C. Jackson, it looks like. Wow, look at that. Does that not look like it is staring right out the screen at you? Those eyes? Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, what do we got here? Mizzou, Tigers for Tigers, University of Missouri, Columbia. Cat mascot, blah, 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 conservation for wild tigers. Wow. So he's a graduate, the artist from that university, and he's permitted the use of his painting as the official logo. Wow, look at that. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but wow, I'm just gonna pause and let you enjoy the beauty of that for a minute. I'm trying to get my reflection out of there. Wow, that is really something. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it looks like it's signed as well. Ooh, and look at this. Goodwill was asking $100, probably because it is signed by the artist. Wowie. Here's me, hi. They have a lot of art today. I don't think we've even looked at this one yet. This one's a splattery looking art. And, oh, a little drawing. Like a watercolor. It says Oma. Did somebody's Oma make that? And then, what do we have here? This looks like, is it original? Can't tell. Sorry for the glare. It's like, well, it looks like almost a watercolor or something. Oh, IKEA. Got me. Free. Now this could be, it's just printed on there, I guess, but an older sort of landscape. I like the clouds. What does it say on here? Complies to California, distributed by Michaels. There you go. Made to look old. Not necessarily old. And then we have, look at all the variety today. We have, for all you cat lovers out there, a very cute cat puzzle that has been framed. Look at all those little kitty cats. Schoolyard. I've never seen anything like that before. That is interesting. We have some modern florals. A lot of the very same kind of frame. I tell you, if you were doing some sort of a family portrait wall, that would come in handy. Now this, is this an original? I think it might just be. Roy Robson. Does that say 74? $2.99 for the frame, and look at, there's some paint. So I think that is an original. I might get that. One of my favorite YouTubers that I watch is Lavender Clothesline, and she loves little art. So I wonder if she would like this. Well, let's see. That went in my cart. What else have we got? Cleaning and scrubbing can wait till tomorrow. For babies grow up, we've learned to our sorrow. So quiet down cobwebs, dust go to sleep. I'm rocking my baby and babies don't keep. Well, somebody did a lot of, whatever that's called, needlework. And we got ourselves a Bambi. Looks like an old piece of wood. And then I'm intrigued by this. What is this? Fish, 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 fish. Mag Summon. It's like a 3D kind of a thing. Wow, we are just getting all kinds of stuff today. No matter how small it is, no matter how large it is, a family together means home. 1978. That's done a while ago. Boy, they must have been storing up all their art. That's a very light one. There's a, oops, I'm not going to touch it. Loose glass. Got a black and white. Life is, no, that is old. Does that not scream 1970s or something? Life is fragile. Handle with prayer. Someone had this probably in a vintage booth or something for $35. Recognizing someone's hard work that went into this. What is this type of needlework called? Does anyone out there know? Tell me in the comments. Because I don't know. Dinosaur footwork. And then we have a rose. And more words. Wow. Lots and lots of art. I feel like I've gone to an art gallery today, but I'm just at the bins. Okay, I'm going to look up this up because I'm curious. I did find it. There's actually a couple listed on eBay. I think in different frames than this, but it does not have any sold. So I think I'm going to leave it behind as much as I have a family who loves fishing. I'm not sure this is exactly their style, so we'll leave it behind. And that's it. We got to get out of here because the longer I stay, the more I keep buying. So we are going to head to the till. I thought I better record this ending before I forget. I'm likely to do that. It is now 6:53 p.m. I was in there for, was it 4.5, maybe even 5 hours? Time flies for me when I'm in the bins, and I am kind of a chatty person, so I was chatting with a few different people, which is great and fun. So bottom line, where we left off, I think I had 28 or so items, and there's a few more that I picked up. A vintage wool baby blanket in great condition, made in Canada. A FAO Schwartz pet veterinarian little toy kit thing with tons of pieces. I don't think they all even belong, but super cute. Can't even find one on eBay, so that tells me this could be quite a unique, potentially vintage item. Interesting. A little piece of art that I did pick out of that last art set of bins that we went through. What else did I get? Oh, a pair of sneakers for myself and a few other things. Anyway, let's just call it 35 items, give or take. I'm sure it is. And drum roll, my grand total was 37 pounds at $1.75 a pound, which is $64.75. So if you do the math on 35 items, that is approximately $1.85 per item. And we're talking for things like a travel golf bag, humongous thing. All those backpacks that could be worth $30, $40, $50 and up even potentially. What else did we get in there? Yeah, some heavy stuff. So $1.85 a pound, pretty decent. Wow, I have not shopped like that in a while. So next step is I got to get that home, get it in the spreadsheet before I go to Hawaii in 2 days, and make sure it's possibly even cleaned if I have time to throw it in the laundry tomorrow, so that when I get back from Hawaii, it is ready to list. I won't be listing it before I go because I will be shutting my store down when I'm out of town for a week. So we got to make sure we are good to go. Put some good new items on as soon as I get back. Maybe I'll even work on some drafts if I get time to photograph something. Anyway, enough of that. Time for me to get a bite to eat. My hot dog from 5 or 6 hours ago, whatever that was, is all worn off now. So it is time to go get something for dinner. Thank you always for watching. And today was quite the wild adventure in the bins and elsewhere. And you can look forward to more thrifting adventures. Possibly the next video, I could be in Hawaii. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Bye-bye.